Can people really see the future? Receive messages from across time and space?
His accuracy is certainly a key to his longevity, there's no doubt about that. There are enough quatrains that are so stunningly accurate.
From terrifying wars in Europe and new mysterious diseases, to futuristic technology merging humans with machines, Nostradamus might have seen it all. He even hinted at cosmic collisions and the rise of a strange new empire born from the rising seas. Could these ancient verses really be predicting what's happening right now? So, let's explore the shocking predictions of 2025 and see if the future is already unfolding before our eyes. One of Nostradamus's predictions that has caught everyone's attention is about Europe facing serious trouble in 2025. In one of his quatrains, he mentions, "When those from the lands of Europe see England set up her throne behind." This verse has been interpreted by many as a warning about future wars and the return of old diseases, possibly even worse than before. Some people think this might be linked to the political instability in Europe, especially after events like Brexit, where the United Kingdom decided to leave the European Union. The idea of England setting up her throne behind might be a poetic way of describing England withdrawing from its close ties with Europe. With ongoing tensions in Ukraine and other conflicts brewing in places like the Middle East, there's a fear that these issues could spread and involve more European countries. Nostradamus' mention of cruel wars could be seen as a warning about new battles that could break out in unexpected places. But it's not just war that Nostradamus seems to be warning us about. He also mentions an ancient plague that could resurface and be even more dangerous than enemies. This has made some people think about new diseases or pandemics that might appear, similar to what the world experienced with COVID-19. The idea of an old plague returning is pretty terrifying, especially when you think about how connected our world is today and how quickly diseases can spread. One of Nostradamus' most unusual predictions for 2025 talks about something called the Aquatic Empire. According to his quatrain, a mysterious leader could emerge, taking control of new territories created by rising sea levels and massive floods. It might seem far-fetched, but when we look at what's happening with climate change today, it doesn't sound so impossible. Nostradamus described floods that would sweep through coastal cities, displacing millions of people. With extreme weather becoming more common, it's easy to see why this prediction is taken seriously by some. In the past few years, we've already seen places like New York City and Venice struggling with floods, and the problem is only getting worse. If sea levels continue to rise, entire cities could be underwater, and people might need to move inland or find new ways to live on the water. The aquatic empire could be a metaphor for nations or communities that learn to adapt to life on the sea. This might include things like floating cities, underwater habitats, or new technology that allows us to live closer to the ocean. Some people believe that the mysterious leader Nostradamus mentioned could be a new kind of ruler, someone who steps up to lead these water-based communities and challenges the existing world powers. In his prophecies, Nostradamus also mentioned a terrifying event that could happen in the sky, a cosmic collision that could threaten the entire planet. He wrote about a fireball rising from the cosmos, which many people believe could be an asteroid or comet heading towards Earth. Nostradamus called it the harbinger of fate, and this has made people wonder if he was predicting an asteroid impact in 2025. What's interesting is that there's actually a real asteroid named 2024 PT5 that is expected to pass close to Earth in January 2025. While scientists say it should stay about 5 times the distance between Earth and the Moon, it's still close enough to make people nervous. NASA plans to track the asteroid using powerful radar systems just in case its path changes. Nostradamus' quatrain says, "From the cosmos, a fireball will rise, a harbinger of fate, the world pleads," which sounds like it could describe an asteroid flying past Earth. If a large asteroid were to collide with our planet, it could cause massive destruction, like the one that wiped out the dinosaurs millions of years ago. The shockwave, fires, and dust could block out the sun, leading to a nuclear winter that would make it hard for anything to survive. While this sounds like something from a movie, it's a real threat that scientists take seriously. Even though the chances of an impact are low, Nostradamus's prediction has made people think about what we would do if it actually happened. Would we be able to stop it in time? Could we use technology to change its path, or would we have to brace for a huge disaster? Nostradamus's vision might seem scary, but it's also a reminder of the challenges we face as a planet. Nostradamus also made a prediction about natural disasters affecting South America, particularly in Brazil. He wrote about the Garden of the World near the new city, which many people believe refers to the Amazon rainforest, often called the lungs of the earth. The new city could be the Brasilia, the capital of Brazil, built in the middle of the country as a symbol of progress and growth. But Nostradamus's quatrain takes a dark turn when he mentions floods and poisonous waters. This prediction has worried many people because Brazil is home to both the Amazon rainforest and numerous volcanoes. While the region isn't known for regular volcanic eruptions, there have been mysterious rumblings near long-dormant volcanoes. If one of these volcanoes were to erupt, it could release ash and sulfur into the atmosphere, poisoning the water and making it dangerous for people to drink. Nostradamus also mentioned plunged into the tub, which could be a metaphor for widespread flooding. With climate change causing more extreme weather, heavy rains could lead to severe flooding in Brazil, especially in areas near rivers and coastlines. The Amazon River, one of the largest rivers in the world, could easily overflow, causing massive destruction to nearby communities and wildlife. The prediction of volcanic eruptions and floods happening together might seem unlikely, but it's not impossible. If a volcano erupts, it can trigger landslides and change the landscape, making floods more likely. The combination of these disasters would be devastating, affecting millions of people and causing significant damage to Brazil's economy and environment. Nostradamus mentioned a disturbing prediction about the confused seasons and the rising waters, which could be interpreted as a warning about extreme climate changes in 2025. These phrases sound poetic, but they describe events that we're already seeing today, like unpredictable weather, severe droughts, and massive floods. It seems like Nostradamus was predicting the chaotic weather patterns that scientists now say are caused by climate change. In recent years, we've seen more powerful storms, record-breaking temperatures, and unusual weather events happening all around the world. For example, summer heat waves have been getting hotter, causing wildfires that destroy forests and homes. At the same time, some places are experiencing freezing temperatures in seasons that should be warm. This is what Nostradamus might have meant by confused seasons, where the weather no longer follows the usual patterns. The idea of rising waters could be about sea levels going up due to the melting of ice caps in places like Antarctica and Greenland. As the Earth's temperature rises, the ice melts faster, and all that water ends up in the ocean, making sea levels go up. This can lead to flooding in coastal cities, putting millions of people at risk. Nostradamus's vision of rising waters fits with the current scientific predictions about climate change and its impacts. Nostradamus's prediction suggests that these climate changes could have major consequences for humanity. With extreme weather becoming more common, it's harder for farmers to grow crops, leading to food shortages and higher prices. This could cause a chain reaction, affecting the global economy and leading to conflicts over resources like water and food. People might have to leave their homes because of droughts or floods, causing mass migrations that could put a strain on other countries. One of Nostradamus's most futuristic predictions for 2025 talks about man and machine becoming one. People think that Nostradamus could have been predicting the rise of brain-machine interfaces where our minds can connect directly with computers. Right now, scientists and companies like Neuralink are working on technology that allows people to control devices just by thinking about them. This kind of tech could help people who are paralyzed or have lost the ability to speak, giving them a new way to communicate. This merging of man and machine could change everything about how we live. It could revolutionize medicine, allowing doctors to treat brain injuries or even restore lost senses like sight and hearing. It might also change the way we interact with technology. Instead of using a keyboard or a touchscreen, we could just think about what we want our devices to do. But Nostradamus's prediction also brings up questions about the future of humanity. If we can connect our minds to machines, what does that mean for our privacy and freedom? Could this technology be used to control people or invade their thoughts? While it's exciting to think about the possibilities, it's also a bit scary. Nostradamus might have been hinting at both the good and bad sides of these advances. Nostradamus made several predictions about conflicts and political shifts, including a verse about broken alliances and brothers turned enemies. This sounds like it could refer to countries that were once allies but become rivals, leading to new tensions and even wars. As we look ahead to 2025, it's easy to see how this prediction might come true given the current state of global politics. In recent years, we've seen a lot of changes in international relations. Old alliances that have been strong for decades are starting to crack under pressure. For example, there have been disagreements between the United States and some European countries over trade and defense policies. In Asia, rising tensions between China and its neighbors have created a delicate situation that could easily escalate. Nostradamus' mention of brothers turned enemies might refer to conflicts between countries that were once close. This could be about countries that share a long history of cooperation, but find themselves on opposite sides of new issues, like trade wars, border disputes, or disagreements over climate policies. The prophecy could also be about internal conflicts within countries, where political parties or groups that were once united start to fight against each other. The world is changing fast, and new power blocks are emerging. Countries like China and Russia are becoming stronger, challenging the dominance of the United States and Europe. This shift in power could lead to the formation of new alliances while breaking apart old ones. One of the most hopeful predictions by Nostradamus is about a future where death itself might be conquered by new scientific advancements. This might sound impossible, but with the speed of modern technology, it's not entirely out of reach. Nostradamus wrote about death conquered by new science, which many believe could refer to breakthroughs in medicine that we're just starting to see today. His prophecy could be hinting at the incredible possibilities of gene therapy, regenerative medicine, or even advanced treatments that could reverse aging. In recent years, scientists have made huge leaps in understanding our DNA, the building blocks of life. Gene therapy, for instance, is already being used to treat diseases that were once considered incurable. It involves changing the genes inside our cells to fix problems or prevent diseases before they even start. This kind of technology could potentially help us live much longer and healthier lives, almost like we're conquering death itself. Another exciting area of research is regenerative medicine, which focuses on healing or even regrowing damaged tissues and organs. Scientists are working on ways to use stem cells, which can turn into any type of cell in the body, to replace damaged parts of the heart, liver, or even the brain. But it's not just about curing diseases. Some researchers are looking into ways to slow down or even reverse the aging process. They believe that by understanding why our cells age, they can find ways to keep them young. If they succeed, people could live much longer than we do today, maybe even reaching 120 years or more in good health. While Nostradamus' prediction sounds almost magical, it's rooted in things we can actually see happening in labs and hospitals right now. His vision of a future where we conquer death might not be too far off, thanks to the incredible progress of science. It's exciting to think about what the next few years might bring, especially if his prophecy for 2025 comes true. So, what do you think? Did Nostradamus really see the future, or are these just wild coincidences? Let us know in the comments section. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe for more deep dives into history's mysteries, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload.